There was something else going on in Jedi. I never noticed it till today. They built another Death Star, right?
Yeah.
Now the first one was completed and fully operational before the rebels destroyed it.
Luke blew it up. Give credit where credit's due.
And the second one was still being built when they blew it up.
Compliments of Lando Calrissian.
Something just never sat right with me that second time around. I could never put my finger on it, but something just wasn't right.
And you figured it out.
The first Death Star was manned by the Imperial Army. The only people on board were stormtroopers, dignitaries, Imperials.
Basically.
So when they blew it up, no problem. Evil's punished.
And the second time around?
The second time around, it wasn't even done being built yet. It was still under construction.
So?
So a construction job of that magnitude would require a hell of a lot more manpower than the Imperial Army had to offer. I bet they brought independent contractors in on that thing. Plumbers, aluminum siders, roofers.
Not just Imperials, is that what you're getting at?
Exactly. In order to get it built quickly and quietly, they'd hire anybody that can do the job. Think the average stormtrooper knows how to install a toilet main? All they know is killing in white uniforms.
Alright, so they bring in independent contractors. Why are you so upset at its destruction?
All those innocent contractors brought in to do the job were killed. Casualties of a war they had nothing to do with. Alright, look. You're a roofer. Some juicy government contract comes your way. You got a wife and kids, the two-story in suburbia. This is a government contract, which means all sorts of benefits. Along come these left-wing militants and blast everything within a 3-mile radius with their lasers. You didn't ask for that. You have no personal politics. You're just trying to scrape out a living.
Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt, but what are you talking about?
The ending of Return of the Jedi.
My friend here is trying to convince me that any independent contractors who were working on the uncompleted Death Star were innocent victims when they was destroyed by the rebels.
Well, I'm a contractor myself. I'm a roofer. Done and ready home improvements. And speaking as a roofer, I can tell you a roofer's personal politics comes into play heavily when choosing jobs.
Like when?
3 weeks ago, I was offered a job up in the hills. A beautiful house, tons of property, a simple reshingling job. They told me if I could finish it in 1 day, I would double my price. Then I realized whose house it was.
Whose house was it?
Dominic Bambino's.
Babyface Bambino? The gangster?
The same. The money was right, but the risk was too high. I knew who he was, and based on that, I turned the job over to a friend of mine.
Based on personal politics.
Right, and the next week, the Foresi family put a hit on Babyface's house. My friend was shot and killed. Didn't even finish reshingling.
No way.
I'm alive because I knew the risk involved in that particular client. My friend wasn't so lucky. Any contractor working on that Death Star knew the risk involved. If they got killed, it's their own fault. A roofer listens to this, not his wallet.
Before we get to Mystical Ninja, I wanted to show that clip real quick because it was mentioned in the Rogue Squadron live stream. Yep. And I remembered reading in the Shadows of the Empire comic book, and I believe the novel, who was helping build the Death Star. We got it right here. I'm afraid that must wait. I have more pressing matter for you to attend to. Construction of the new weapon proceeds apace. The Imperial fleet alone cannot handle our delivery requirements. Whoops, not looking at the fucking viewfinder there. To that end, you will return to Coruscant to conclude shipping arrangements with Prince Zizor. There you go. That's who helps with the construction of the Death Star too, is Zizor and Black Sun, the mafia group of the galaxy. Where the hell is he saying? His ties to Black Sun are too well known. He is dangerous and not to be trusted with military cargo. So there you have it. The people that were blown up were a part of a mafia, Black Sun. So who cares who got killed on the Death Star too? Well, now anyway, now moving on. Next up is Mystical Ninja. Now this game I rented back when it came out. Now I have not beaten this yet, so we're gonna have to do it live.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a. I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks.
Work has picked up for me, so I haven't had time to do a practice run, although I've played through it a little bit, but not much, so that's why we're gonna do it live. Alright, so basically this game is a 3D platformer, Alright. G5, I think. I know there's a couple more of these games, I'm not sure. I think the Super Nintendo one came out in the US. Now, as you can see, I bought this recently, not back when it came out, with all this shit on it. Where the hell is this? Littleton, Colorado. Well, not looking at the viewfinder again. Don't even know what store. Crestline, never heard of it. I was thinking it might be a Blockbuster, but who knows. Alright. I'm always gotta flip and have the fucking serial numbers backwards. Yep, G5 right there. We got the Nintendo copyright. And we got paint splotch right there. Yeah, as you can see, this game is very Japanese. I'm surprised they brought it on over. You'd figure it'd be one of the games that they wouldn't localize. Let's see. Manual for 20 bucks. The game itself was $47.97. This one was going up. And of course there's the second game. That one's more expensive. That came, so obviously this game sold well enough for them to bring the second one over, or make the second one. I first saw this in the Nintendo Power, and then rented at Blockbuster. Yep, nice color manual with the whole page colored. Yeah, now the second game is a 2.5D platformer, where this is a 3D platformer. I'll probably like this one more than the second one for the 3D games. Yeah, I was watching the speedrunners, and long plays, it seems the speedrunners can get this done in an hour and a half, whereas the long plays were about 6 hours. So we might get done in about 8 hours, as long as I don't fuck it up. Oh, shit. And that's about it. I'll see you guys in the live stream.